The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. So let's take a look at different versions of Harry's wand. Hello witches, wizards and Greg-ghouls, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you different types of Harry's wand, and they each do something a little different. They're all made by different people, and I thought it'd be fun to compare them and we can see which ones we like, which ones aren't so good, and the different features that come with each one. Now, just a little disclaimer, this is not an ad or promotional video. Some of these were gifted to me, but I'm going to be completely honest. I always try to be as honest as I can for you in my videos. So I'm going to tell you the bits I like, the bits I don't like, and hopefully you can see a range of Harry Potter wands. So I thought I'd start out with a really fun one, and that is going to be this one, which is from Cinereplicas. Now, this might look like an ordinary wand, but it is, of course, a pen. So I thought that was a really fun, novel way of using Harry's wand as something else. This wand is actually got a slightly gold tint, which is really nice. Really love it. Obviously stick to the brown handle, but it's really comfortable, really easy to use, and the pen is actually really good as well. Cinereplica do lots of different products, and they tend to be really fun with a really fun element, and I thought this was a great way of combining stationery and something we've seen so many times in the Harry Potter films. As I said, it's really comfortable, it's quite easy to use, maybe a slightly too heavy, and I guess if you really want to show some Harry Potter style, you can get one of these. Moving on from one pen, we're going to move on to another wand pen, and this time it was actually one from Loot Crate. Now, as you may have seen in my previous video, I wasn't too happy with the way that Loot Crate was going, so I have actually cancelled my subscription. However, this was one of the items that I got, I think, about a year ago, when I found them a much more positive and high quality product. So this was actually a Harry Potter wand, but it came in a little Ollivander's box. I have actually just seen on the back that it does have the Noble Collection logo, so I don't know whether it was a partnership with them. I'm not sure if you can buy these outside of Loot Crate. I will have to have a little look. As you can see, it comes in a little Ollivander's wand box, which was really nice, and it was really well made. And as you open it up, you can see we've got the sort of fake velvet inside, and this is much smaller than the Cinereplicas one, but this is another Harry Potter wand, which is also a pen. Comparing them, obviously this one is a miniature, this is more of a replica size, but I think it's quite a cute size. I think you could probably get away with using this a bit more than keeping that in your bag. It is, you know, it's quite big, so this one would be perfect. What I really love about this one in particular is it is more accurate to Harry's actual wand that Noble Collection do from the series. As I said, this seems to be a partnership with Noble Collection, so maybe they had some sort of say in the final details and the paint job, but it is very well molded, and it's actually really heavy. It's cute, it's quite kitsch, magical nonetheless. Moving on from the more novelty side of Harry's wands, I wanted to move on to the actual replicas that you can get from Noble Collection. So I have two of them here, and I have the Ollivander's Wand Box edition, and then I also have these editions, which are the boxed versions, so it's not the plastic sleeve ones. This is a bit of a less of a presentation box than the Ollivander's one. I thought I would start with the Ollivander's one, which I remember getting this when I was about 9, I think, was when Noble Collection first started coming out with them. And it was so exciting. I could not believe that you could get Harry's wand and in an Ollivander's wand box. It was fantastic. So this is it, and as you can see, the presentation is exactly like in the films. We have the labels at either end, just here, and then we take off the sleeve, and this is the inside. So you can see it's got the ribbon which runs all the way around, and then you get 2 bits of ribbon to take off. Here we go. Again, faux velvet on the inside, and there we have Harry's wand. I absolutely love the Noble Collection ones. They're very tactile, the detail is so well done, the moulds are fantastic, the paint jobs are always good. I've never had a wand that has a bad paint job, and I love the different tones of brown that they've used to give you that wooden effect. And there's nothing more magical than having Harry's wand. I will admit, I have tried casting some spells. Of course, these are just a toy, but I think they are beautiful items. As I said constantly, they are really well made. I think for £30, which these ones are, a great product. You get the display box as well. I know some people don't tend to keep the boxes, whereas others do. I think they're a great thing to put on your shelf, and it's kind of a staple for any collector. It's not a huge investment, but it's something straight from the film and looks screen accurate. So moving on from the Ollivander's wand box, we move on to the slightly simplified boxes. Now they came out with these, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was never sure of what the difference was until I actually got one of these as well. Again, it's quite simplified, minimal. You get a nice foil sticker on the front, Harry Potter logo on the back, and this one just opens up. There we go. Not as good a quality box. I suppose you're not spending the extra money on this one to get the box. So it comes with just this bit of foam for protection, and so this is how it comes. Again, the wands, fantastic. I don't think there's actually much quality difference between these ones and the Ollivander's wand box ones. This is them both side by side. This is Ollivander's, this is the minimal box one, and as you can see, they are basically the same. The only thing I'd say is there is a slight paint difference, but you're going to get that because each one is hand painted. Apart from that, the moulds look perfect. They look the same size, they have the same weight. So I think if you're really passionate about the wand box, I would go for the Ollivander's one. If you're, however, passionate about just getting the wand, I would go for the more minimal one. I think there's only a couple of pounds difference, maybe 4 or 5 at the most, but I guess it makes a huge difference if all you're going to do with the box is throw it away. What is a nice feature about the minimal box ones is, as well as the wand, which of course is what you're after, you also get a little package on the inside. Now, if I just open this up, and so this is what is on the inside of that packet, and it's like a little name tag, so it comes with obviously the character's one that you've bought, and it can be really nice to put them on display on a shelf, and they can just rest on the shelf with them. These can also be used with the Noble Collection wand displays. My friend AJ, who is called the Magic Healer, he actually just recently bought them. A little fact for anyone that does buy Noble Collection wands: if you happen to buy one and it doesn't have a little nameplate in it, you can actually ask Noble Collection. If you go into the store, they have a flagship store in Covent Garden in London, and they have many of these that you can just take if you need them. So if you do happen to get one that doesn't have a tag, make sure to give them a ring or pop in and see them. Personally, I really love these ones, and as I said before, when I was about 9 and they came out, I was so excited, I couldn't believe it. It was almost like you got to be Harry, I suppose, because the wand, you know, is such a important part, being wizard and the magic of Harry Potter. So yeah, I couldn't believe it when I finally got one. I think it was for my 9th or 10th birthday. I was extremely happy, and I think there is just something magic about having a wand, you know, you can get all the characters now, whereas before, when it first started, you could only really get the sort of main principal cast, whereas now you can get some of the more background characters, some of the more villainous characters, and of course all the hero ones. So I just think there's something really special about owning a wand, and of course you can't be a witch or wizard without one. Last but by no means least is my newest purchased Harry Potter wand, and that is this one. This I got from Aldi when they just released their Harry Potter range. I did a video about that a few weeks ago, and this is actually a light painting wand. So here it is, the inside. And what's really good about this is obviously it has the light at the end, and there's an app that you can download. Inside it comes with a little leaflet, and you download the app and you can just create some little light drawings, and it's just another fun activity to do with Harry Potter and creating a bit of magic. So let's open it up. Here we go. So the company that makes this is called Wow Stuff, and they actually have an app which you can download for free. It has all the instructions of how to create your own light drawing, and I think it's just a really fun thing to get kids involved with, or adults just like me. I managed to actually get this wand for $12.99, and although it's quite cheeky that Wow Stuff have come up with this wand, Noble Collection have actually done light up wands for many years, but I've always been a bit cautious of spending £30 on a light up wand, which they never created to the same sort of quality, whereas compared to this one, which is $12.99, it does the same job. I'm hoping to use this in some pictures. I'm not really too interested into how screen accurate it is, which you will see it's slightly different, but I just think compared from £30 to $12.99, it's easy to pay £13, whereas 30 is quite a hefty price tag. So this is the wand, and then it has a little button concealed as like a little knot of wood, and then you just click, and there we go. Magic light up wand. Haha. I think this is going to be perfect for pictures. It's really good if I want to Photoshop anything, because I can use the light and then just add some effects to it. Normally I struggle with getting the light in particularly the right place, so I think this will come in really handy. However, as I did say, there are a couple of differences, so let's have a look at those. This is the light up wand, and this is the Noble Collection wand. Now, there is a slight difference in terms of the size of the handle. Now, I think this is to accommodate the battery and the electrics that I needed in the handle to create the light up effect. If you can see on the bottom, you can actually change the battery, which is very useful, you know, if you get a lot of use out of it and you want to keep using it. However, it does create not the best looking underneath. You know, it's functional, so they have to build that into the design, whereas this is obviously a magic wand, but it is a display piece. So you are getting a slight difference. There is a much chunkier piece of faux looking wood around here compared to this one, which is much skinnier. But as I say, it's to compensate for the electrics that are on the inside. But in terms of that, the rest of the wand isn't too bad. The top is slightly chunkier, that's so that the LED can actually fit through the rod. However, I think the effect is really good. You do feel like you're casting a bit of magic when you click the button. So overall, I don't think it's that much of an increase. I think in pictures you won't be able to tell as much of the size difference, whereas in close-ups, you know, this one's going to look a lot better. I think the paint job as well is really good on this one. It doesn't have quite the level of detail and depth in terms of browns that the Noble Collection one does, but for $12.99 I think it's an absolute bargain, and I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun shooting some pictures with this. So there we have it, all of Harry's different types of wands with their different functions and different styles. Now, for me, I think the Noble Collection one will always be my favourite. There's just something about having a prop replica, just like the film, that just gives it that extra bit of magic. However, I think all of them are really good quality for what you're paying for. With a pen, it's meant to be a novelty. It's not going to be the same as a replica. So I think still for the price tag, you're getting a great product. And the only real difference is that this is slightly gold. The moulding is still fairly good. And I think overall, it's a fun idea to recreate Harry's wand into different products. Whereas Noble Collection, of course, just focus on a replica. I think with whichever wand you do get, whichever character, there is nothing more magical than having a wand and having your very own magic wand. So I hope you've really enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of fun to show you all of Harry's wands with all their different features, different effects, and what they do. And I hope that it's been very informative for you and you've enjoyed it. So as ever, don't forget to give this a big thumbs up, comment below what your favourite wand was, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to more of my Harry Potter videos. I have so many more exciting videos coming for you. I cannot wait for you to see them. But in the meantime, you can check out some of my older videos. Again, don't forget to turn that notification bell on because it will tell you exactly when my new videos are coming out. Until next time, stay safe, stay magical, and don't let the muggles get you down. Bye! Lumos!